Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the International Fabtalks. As usual, we are back again, and today we have a great person joining us, a wonderful celebrity who has celebrated his life in a very positive way. Let's learn to celebrate life from this young man. He is none other than Mr. Arun Mohan, who's joining us all the way from Bengaluru, Karnataka, India. He will inspire you in a right way, such that when you feel low, when you feel lost, when you face a lot of ups and downs, when you want to give up on life, it is then that this story, inspiring story of Mr. Arun Mohan will really keep you going to the next level. Hello, sir, and welcome to the session, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, so much. Thank you so much for making me sit here and talk to you. It's actually a big honor for me to sit here and talk to you and tell you about my what I've gone through and what I want to do in life. Sharing my ideas with you is going to be fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation to the International Fab Talks. You've been very kind and patient. I've just tested that and seen. I didn't test it. It was actually, we had a power cut and sir waited very patiently, was very polite. This is what we have to learn, my dear friends, to be humble, to be egoless, and to be understanding that how the other person faces different situations in life. We just cannot assume things. So sir was really very kind enough to adjust with the timings. Thank you very much, sir. Stay blessed. I go ahead and share your profile in an official way.
Sure.
Thank you, dear sir. Thank you. Dear friends, I just start up the profile, a sharing of our celebrity and guest. I share it now with each one of you. As I earlier mentioned, he is Mr. Arun Mohan, and he is by profession a wellness coach, a life wellness coach, to put it in the right way. A life wellness coach that is making you feel okay within yourself. And that's a good coaching for one and all who lose out on their thought process of they start thinking negatively. Sir is there to guide them as a life wellness coach. And sir has been working in the sales department for almost 25 years. Arun sir's life was on a high with dreams to climb the ladder of success and reach the top to achieve the best of best things that life could offer. He was aiming for the stars and he was very ambitious as a youngster. As we all see, youngsters are very ambitious. So was one ambitious person when he was diagnosed suddenly with an autoimmune disorder called as multiple sclerosis. And this brought a standstill to his life, and he was really shocked. He was confused as to what to do and did not know how to take things further, because an autoimmune disease doesn't let you know that it's coming, immediately or something. Suddenly you will get to know that you are diagnosed with that. And so sir was really shocked at that moment, but he took the reins of his life and he faced it very bravely. And then he decided that life doesn't end here. In fact, it starts from there. And so sir began this beautiful journey of transforming himself, his thought process, and then becoming a life wellness coach and helping others to transform their lives. There are several people who admire and appreciate the work done by Arun Mohan sir across India. He has decided to give his very best and hopes to save lives. And at the same time, he wants all those people who feel low, lost, and who have given up, saying that this is the end of my life. I don't want to live further. He says, yes, life is beautiful till the last breath. So let's join together and understand how he has done it and how he could inspire you to do it if you are facing a low phase. Hello, sir, once again, and back to the session.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the introduction.
That's my pleasure, sir, and it's a duty. Dear sir, I've just shared your profile in a brief way. Now, if I may ask you, who is the real Mohan? Who is the real Arun Mohan? How would you share that?
Okay. Let me put it this way. I'm a very, hunky-dory kind of lucky person who thought life was going fantastic with my sales profile. I had around about, like I said, 25 years of sales experience. Everything was going perfectly well till, I wouldn't say disaster, but till heavens came down and said, this is not everything that you thought about in life. And I would put it this way: my life changed after I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And believe me when I say this, it has brought the best out of me. And in fact, it is still bringing out the best in me. But best is just an understatement. I've done things which probably a normal person can think about it, but never dream about this. And I dreamt, and it came true for me. And I was lucky enough to get everything sorted out in place only after I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Today, let me begin with the small journey that I've been going through. You know, it was in the year 2010 when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and not exactly multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and at the age of 38, to be diagnosed with Parkinson's is a heart, wrenching uh, disease that you can go through, because my hand was trembling a lot. I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk. I used to slur a lot. And uh, believe me, when during the entire last 5 years of before I was diagnosed, I was reprimanded from my office saying that, why are you drinking so much? Because I used to slur a lot and I couldn't walk straight. So everybody thought that I was drinking continuously, and I had family issues because of this. And everybody said that you need to stop drinking, otherwise you're going to hell. So uh, that's how the journey started off. Then I was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and when I went to a neurologist, he said, you might be having Parkinson's. I got treated with that for the next 1 year. And when I say Parkinson's, you're talking about heavy dosage of medicines again. And I went off with that. I was in a place called Madurai in Tamil Nadu. And in Madurai, that was a period when Tamil Nadu faced the worst power crisis ever that has happened. And we are talking about 16 hours of power cut. And when I say 16 hours, you can't do anything about other than just going home, sleeping, going back to the office and doing nothing about it. And it's hot there. So I lived my life for 1 year there. And there was one incident which happened which I can never forget, ever forget in my life. I had to go home, and from home I had to walk to a restaurant to pick up my dinner and come back home. And I ended up walking around about 14 kilometers that day. And it was raining. And in spite of the rain, I was walking, somehow managed to walk. I was 500 meters away from my house when I just couldn't take one step forward from there. So I sat down, and I sat down. It was a lonely evening, raining heavily, and I'm sitting there in the side of the road, and I couldn't just stand up. In fact, what happened was the last 500 meters, I actually crawled back home. And that's when I realized there is something very drastically wrong with me. I came back. I within a month or so, I came back to Chennai. I said I can't take this anymore. I know the heat was too getting on to me, and the my slurring had increased during that time. So everybody told me just one thing: stop drinking. Where I never even used to touch alcohol that time. So when you're not doing certain things, and when you're told by everybody around you that, you need to stop this in case you need to be sane. And that's when I got uh, I was sitting at home. I was with my parents, and I had to go to a government office at 7:30 in the morning. One 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 day, and for an appointment at 7:30 in the morning. The watchman actually told my mother-in-law, "Ask your son not to come inside." So my mother-in-law said, "Why?" And he said, "Your son is drunk." And being reprimanded by every Tom, Dick, and Harry is not a good thing. It's not helping your forget the ego. It's not helping yourself, where everybody sits around and tells you that you're drunk. And that's when my mother-in-law said, we need to go to a doctor, and we went to a neurologist. I went to meet a neurologist at 7 in the evening. I did my final test at 11:30 in the night. And next day he asked me to take an MRI. The moment he saw my MRI, he said, "Get admitted to the hospital uh, because you're having multiple sclerosis." Now, till that time, I've never been admitted in the hospital. I've gone to a hospital or to a clinic, doctor's clinic, for a small ailment or something like that, not more than half an hour or 1 hour. And I was straight admitted to the ICU. I was put on, heavy steroids. For the next 5 days was hell for me. And that's when, I started I asked the doctor a lot about what multiple sclerosis is, and they told me everything about it, but then I still didn't know what MS was all about. This till I met a senior of mine in school, and he said, "Oh, multiple sclerosis. Have you seen the movie Guru?" So I said, "Yes." Do you know Vidya Balan was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis? I was like, "What?" I've not even heard about this disease. And they say a movie like Guru had Vidya Balan acting about multiple sclerosis. And I actually re-saw the movie. There are some misconceptions which have been given in that movie, but then I wouldn't talk about it. But then, I learned more of multiple sclerosis. And one of the biggest, uh, you know, uh, problems that an MS person goes through. I'm saying MS is nothing but multiple sclerosis in a short of way that I talk about. And when I was diagnosed with MS, uh, I have something called as nystagmus. Nystagmus is where my eyeball keep going right and left. And because of my tremors, my head keeps going up and down. So for me, anything and everything that I saw was going in circles. Even today, if I were to focus on you, and if I look at your face, and for me, you're going in circles. And this is something that is not, it's not acceptable to anybody in the society. Whether where you look normal, everything is going perfectly well. Uh, you know, but what I go through, only I know what I'm going through. MS is, the worst. Okay, let me give you a brief about what MS is. MS is an autoimmune disorder. And when I say autoimmune, it's an autoimmune neurological disorder where the outer covering of your central nervous system, which is the myelin sheath, is eaten by the immune system of your own body. Now, immune system is supposed to protect your body from outside virus or a bacteria. Here, the immune system thinks that this myelin sheath is something which has come from outside and starts attacking your own body. Now, this central nervous system is connected to your brain. in probably millions of places. Each part of your brain is connected to your central nervous system. So now when your immune system is attacking your, when your immune system is attacking your central nervous system, there is a scar which is formed. Now, when the scar is formed, you do not know the reaction of the scar of which part of the brain it is hitting. I'll give you an example. If you take a mobile charging wire, if you look at the mobile charging wire, you will have a lot of copper. You'll probably have 5 or 6 copper wires inside your charging wire. What you see outside is just one wire. You'll have 5 or 6 copper wires. Now, when there is a loose connection, you probably twist and turn, and sometimes your phone charges, sometimes your phone doesn't charge. So the signal that goes to the brain and comes back goes haywire. So if I want to walk to the right, my hand, my leg, my head, everything goes to the right. But the signal that goes to the brain and comes back says go to the left. So I go to the right and to the left. So that's when people think that, I'm drunk most of the time because I do not have control over my body. You will never find two MS patients with the same kind of symptoms. That is probably one of the reasons why they do not know the reason why MS exists, why it happens to a human body, and there is no cure for it. You will also never find two MS patients with the same kind of symptoms. What I go through is individual to me. The other person might not even, even have an iota of what I'm going. So it's completely different than what the other person goes through. So now the worst thing is in India with a population of 1.4 billion, 1.42 billion people, today estimated there are like 2 lakh people who have MS. But the person registered with Multiple Sclerosis Society, that's a society that I help out with. And that's the only NGO that works for MS patients in India, has got around about 3,000 people. Now imagine 3,000 people who are having this disorder with, in a population of 1.4. It's a very, very minute people. And the reason why people don't come out with this is because the lack of awareness which is there. And, people just don't have, probably I would say, they don't want to talk about this. It's easier being called a drunkard than, than suffering with the MRI. Now, what happens is, sorry, not the MRI, I meant to say is the disease. The biggest problem with this disorder is that there is no cure, like I said, but there is only medication which can help you sustain what you're going through. And this medication is very, very expensive. Today, it could vary between 10,000 to 1 lakh a month. Now, that's huge. Now, today, the government says, I will provide you subsidy, I will give you this, I will give you that, but it's only for people below poverty line. It is not for the APL. So, what we have been telling the government is that, if you don't give us any subsidy for a person above the poverty line, believe it or not, we'll become below poverty line soon. We cannot afford. So this was just a MS in a nutshell that I can give you a little brief about, and I hope you are able to understand what an MS person goes through.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for sharing all of that and how you underwent all of it. What are the symptoms that you've faced? And as you said, no two people have the same kind of symptoms. They will not know what you are undergoing. You will not know what they are undergoing. And people mistook you to be an alcoholic when you weren't one. And you also had an attack of Parkinson's. The medication is very high. all of this you've shared. Yes. When you were diagnosed with this autoimmune disorder, then what was the first thought that came to your mind? How did you feel that the moment you were told that this is a life-threatening disease or it is a progressive one? So how did you feel at that moment?
To be honest, for me, it was just another disease. Like I said, no, I've never gone to a hospital to get admitted. I never been something that I was so sick that I had to stay in a hospital or I had to be admitted. So I never thought it was this serious at all. For me, it was just another disorder. And one thing that I realized that it was a neurological disorder. And I'll probably stop and make this a point here. You know, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis 10 years back. After understanding what MS is and what my problems are, I realized that I've been having MS for the last 26 years. So the problem with that is, when you have an eye problem, you go to an ophthalmologist. You never think about going to a neurologist. For me, I'll give you an example. When you go to deposit money in a bank, you have the bank challan where you have these small square boxes where you are supposed to write your account number. For me, it was always two parallel lines. I never saw the vertical lines at all. So my handwriting would go from down to top, bottom, till the top. So everybody thought, your handwriting is so bad. I never realized that and for me, it was like, I wear these spectacles. I've been wearing my spectacles from my 4th standard onwards with a very high power. So for me, it was always thought to be ophthalmology, eye problem that I need to go to an ophthalmologist to get it checked out. I never thought about going to a neurologist. And that is where the misconceptions happen today in India, where most of the people, even the smallest of smallest things, you will never go to a neurologist. You will always go to the symptomatic doctor to get it treated. So that's how I got, when, like I said, when I was diagnosed, I said, maybe it's just another probably one more incident that has happened in my life, and that's how I lived my life after that.
Yes, sir. So that's really nice. Thank you for sharing all of that and giving us a lot of clarity. Others could understand these symptoms if they are facing it, and they could take immediate action and meet the right kind of medical doctor, seek the right and appropriate medical aid. As you've given the difference between an ophthalmologist and a neurologist as to who one should go to. It's not the symptoms, it could be much deeper than that. You should reach the right kind of people for the right kind of treatment. So I'm very eager, and we all will be very eager. I'm sure all our friends out there too would be very eager to know your stint as a sales executive. What was this journey and how you spent 25 long years, and that is really amazing. Would you like to share that beautiful journey?
Oh, yes. Let me put it this way. Those 25 years were the best years of my life. I learned so much from the sales journey that I went through. For those 25 years, I will not boast, but I'll try to be humble on this. But I worked in one of the best companies that was available in India at that moment. And even today, the kind of sales experience that I've had, I'm a hardcore corporate sales executive. No, I'm not saying no ordinary, not the mobile SIM card based wala, but hardcore because when you talk about a corporate, you talk from the CEO to you need to know the chaprasi also of that person, of that company. So I worked the hard way. I've been extremely successful uh, in my sales career. Till probably, just before I was diagnosed with my MS, I met with 4 accidents in a year. I broke my leg 4 times. And that's when I realized there is something which is drastically wrong. And after that, I stopped working. Today I'm not working. But then after I'll probably take a step forward and say those 25 years, I talked and I talked and I talked. But the remaining 25 years, I'm only listening. I stopped talking. And listening is the biggest thing that anybody can do for any human being. If there is somebody there to listen to you, that itself will solve half your problems. Today, let me put it this way: that they say, no, oh, I have so many friends who I can talk to. I have so many friends. They listen to you for half an hour, 1 hour, and they'll give you their own opinion. Have they gone through it? No, but they'll give you their opinion. But to listen to a person and not being judgmental about that person makes the entire difference. And that's what I learned with being a life coach. And that's the reason why I said I take a step forward after spending sales, 25 years in sales, where I've only talked. The next 25 years, I've been only listening. And today, my biggest boon that I have, or biggest gift that I have, is I have the patience to listen to somebody. And when I say listen to somebody, uh, I became a life coach. I said, let me, listen to people and let me help people with what they're going through. I realized that what I'm going through is nothing. There are so many people who are going through much worse than what I can think about. And I sit and crib about what I'm going through right now. And and all they need is somebody not to talk to, just to listen to them. And when a person is diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, they say it is one of the most, you become disabled after you're diagnosed because your things are getting worse. And when things are getting worse, people start treating you like oh, you're good for nothing. Oh, you can't think. They don't realize that they are also human beings. They also have their own thoughts. They also need people to listen to them, not give their opinion, not give them advice, no sympathy, nothing is required, but just listen to them. And today, that's one of the biggest advantages that I have is that uh, when I sit and coach today, I don't want to meet those people who I coach. I don't do a video call. I don't want to, meet in person. I don't coach in person. I talk to them only on the phone. And when you're talking on the phone, you do not know how I look. You do not know. Uh, I don't care how you look also. So what do? I just listen to you. And when I listen to you, I'm not judgmental about it. I'm just listening to you. And that has helped me and so many people who, there are so many people who have shared things that, they have not shared it within their family itself. They just didn't want to be judged with what they're saying. So when I start listening to people, I realize that, all a person needs is somebody to listen to them, not giving them answers, not giving them solutions, nothing. And believe me when I say this, when I sit and listen to them, maybe for certain clarity, I might ask you two more questions. And when you start thinking about this answers for the question, you'll actually find an answer to your question itself. The answer to your problem is in your question itself. You just need to think about it. I hope that was okay.
Yeah, excellent, sir. That's really nice. And yes, as you've said, you were 25 years all the way talking and sharing your thoughts and wisdom and expertise. And the next 25 years, you've become a great listener and you've helped many people with their problem sharing. And you've just been there as a savior, as an angel in their lives. And I like this concept also, like it's only through the mobile and you are not face to face, such that they won't feel insulted, they won't feel hurt, or they are not scared that you may identify them at a later. That's really nice. I like this concept because there are many people who wouldn't want to come face to face and share the problem. They rather call up, give a call, and have it solved or have it shared. This is really beautiful.
One probably point when you said about sharing, what happens is that when I'm sharing something with you, I'm looking at your facial expression. I'm looking at how you're reacting. And if I don't like the way you're reacting, I will stop sharing. But when I'm on the phone, I am not bothered what the way you're looking, the way I will react. Nobody gets to know how I'm reacting. If I don't like that, what he is talking about, so I'll just keep quiet, listen to that. That gives them encouragement to the other person, saying that, oh, he's not reacting to what I'm saying. Let me continue sharing with what I'm.
Wonderful, sir. That's really nice. So now I'd like to take you down memory lane. I want to know what kind of a child you were when you were a little boy. What kind of mischief you did? Did you get beating from mommy or from your teachers? What was any special incident I'd like you to share, please?
Oh, okay. Let me put it easier way to put this across. Um, I'm basically from Kerala, uh, born and brought up in Delhi, and the last 30 years in Chennai. In the middle, I stayed for two years in Hyderabad, 2 years in Calcutta, and 3-4 years in Bombay. So I've had a very kind of upbringing that I've had. One thing my parents never told me is you need to be a reserved kind of person. My father is also a hardcore salesperson. I've learned it. I've learned to talk from him. Yes, he probably is. He's no more now, but then uh, I was blessed enough. One day when he was when he was not feeling well, he actually went and told my mom, you know what, Arun is actually a good coach. He's willing to listen. And for me, I can't ask for any better compliment from him, from anybody for that matter. Where a salesperson tells that about another salesperson, he actually listens. And that made a lot of difference to me. Where I was one of the most naughtiest person that you can, most naughtiest kid that you can ever think about. I have done stunts like, from jumping from the first floor of a building to, uh, you know, I don't know what else I've done. I've met with so many accidents. I've broken my hand, and I've broken my hand played basketball with a broken hand, and then broke my hand again as soon as I got that. All right. So I don't know. I can't even think about what are the kind of stunts that have tried doing that. But then yes, that's what life is all about, and that's what a naughty boy is supposed to do.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing. That's really nice. The one like I had a broken hand and then I played a certain game and I injured my hand. That sounds so funny and at the same time so innocent as well. At that moment, we don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's that the rush of hormones that we feel, no, I have to go for it no matter what I'm going to face, all of those things. So, what about your siblings? Do you have siblings too?
I have a sister. I have a younger sister. She's 2 years younger than me. And I must tell you about her. Um, though she is younger to me, she's like a, okay, in our family right now, it's only my mom, myself, and my sister, and sister's husband. Uh, Today, for the entire family, she is a mother figure. She takes care, she makes sure that she takes care of my mother, she takes care of me, and she's married, she's living with her husband in Bangalore only, but then their family is like our guardian angel. Today I would say that if I were to sneeze right now, probably my mother will call my sister and she'll land up in my house right now. So that's how much she cares. Today, she is extremely busy person. She, though the kind of work that she is doing, I'm so proud of her because the kind of work that she is doing. But then, in spite of anything and everything, she is the first person who comes to save. I'll give you a small incident that happened this time. Uh, okay, I didn't tell you this. I just turned 50 3 weeks back. Okay, and when I turned 50, my mother wanted to surprise me and said, we'll have a grand party and stuff like that. My sister made sure that she will organize a surprise party for me. So very happy about that. You will not believe she called from my ninth standard classmates to my best friends right now. Everybody was there for the party. That's how much she cares. She made sure that every person who matters to me in my life were there present for that birthday party. And all because I was turning 50. So I should be blessed. And I am blessed to talk about her and like I said, she is my guardian angel for my family.
Beautiful, sir. I really like the way you shared that. In fact, every one of us should have a sister like that, a guardian angel.
Absolutely.
Hats off to your sister. She's a blessing to the universe and an angel with invisible wings. She's a queen with an invisible crown. All that I can say. That's really nice. And I'm so happy that you are having a sister like that. You're lucky, in fact, I should say you're the lucky one. That's wonderful. Stay blessed and hope this beautiful bond continues till the very end. Yes, sir. Sir, now if I may ask you, like, what inspired you, or I'm sorry, like what inspired you, I'll not put it in this way. Now you are an inspiration to all of us because see, you've overcome this challenge, you understood what it is, and you're trying to help others now as a life coach. Yes, as a wellness coach. Now, before you enter into this field of becoming a wellness coach and a life coach, who inspired you or what inspired you to take up this beautiful job or this profession of transforming lives?
Okay. There are two, three things that I must share with you. After I was diagnosed with MS also, I made a lot of friends and, I got to know a lot of people. Like I said, I spoke to a lot of people and understood their stories. I must tell you this. My inspiration, the person who made me change the way I think today is a fourth standard kid.
What's her name?
His name is Ankit. Okay. What happened is every time, I asked him, how are you? What do you think the answer would be? Fantastic. Thank you so much. All good. Everything. That's how you normally talk. Every time I spoke to him, I would ask him, how are you? And only answer he gave me is, I'm on top of the world. I'm superb. And that's when I felt, what you think is what you manifest inside you. The way you think about yourself is what you portray outside. And if you think that you're okay, you're only okay. But if you think you're perfect, you will end up being perfect. For sure. Maybe you won't be 100% perfect, but you're at least perfect. And that changed a lot of things. The way, I started thinking about myself, the way I started talking about myself. And a person that you interviewed recently, Chandana, I'm sure you remember her. She and her mother have been a complete inspiration. Because every time I listen to their story, it's like, boss, you've done nothing in your life. Here is a mother and daughter who has changed themselves, the way they think, the way they talk, and the way they behave. I must also tell you about, probably I would say a person who's been in my life for the last 8 years, who is my best friend. And I'm sure there are, I wouldn't get to name everybody, but then she is one person uh, who not only inspires me, my entire family looks upon her to say, wow, if she can go through what MS is all about, you're nothing. I must, probably what takes you and me to walk, maybe say 5 minutes, she would take 45 minutes to walk. That's how, in spite of whatever she is never crying, she's always smiling. I don't know. There are a couple of people whom I must thank, and I pray to God that they're happy always and stay happy always.
Yes, that's really nice. Thank you for sharing, Ma. Thank you very much. Now, sir, this is a very important question. What is the secret of you looking young? You say you're 53. I don't believe it. I don't buy that story. And if it is true, what's the secret to your diet? Please share it with all of us. We all are like almost in our 50s and nearing our 50s. So I'd like you to share that.
It's all in your head. You start thinking young, you start behaving young. Coincidentally, what happened is with the Multiple Sclerosis Society of India, I also had the National Youth Wing for MSSI. Okay. So I keep telling everybody, I'm the oldest, youth wing member of MSSI. Though I'm 53, I'm still the youngest person there. It's all in your head. It's how you start thinking. If you think you're young, you are young. Age is just a state of mind. So if you think you're young, you're always young. And believe me, my best friends are all, maybe I would say 5-year-olds, 10-year-old, 12-year-olds. Today I have scenes where my friend's son calls me buddy or calls me bro. My friend's son calls me bro, and probably that's the way they talk, and we talk to each other like that. So it's all there in my head.
So I have an important question. We've seen youngsters, young boys, it could be girls also, but I have come in contact with a set of boys, different one from different backgrounds. And of course, the backgrounds that they came from had their parents quarreling all the time. And they are completely disturbed. They are suffering from childhood trauma. There was not a single day of peace in the family. Either they see the father abusing the mother constantly or the mother abusing the father. Either ways it could be. We'll be non-biased over here to say only the father was creating a mess at home. So it was both the parents. So there are so many young boys out there who say that I'm not able to adjust my life in my life now just because of my parents, the way they behaved in front of us. This is the flashback coming on and off, and now I'm into depression. I can't come out of it. It's too difficult. So I'm still stuck in that depression. So I want you to give a big message to all those boys, no matter what the parents might have done, to forgive their parents and to go ahead, not to suffer in depression. Even if they are suffering in depression, ask them to seek medical help, or the right kind of help, or talk to a life coach and a wellness coach like you. That would be nice. So I would like you to share something on that, sir.
Sure. See, you know, our thinking process, our thinking process starts when we are, like what you rightly said, when you're being brought up by your parents, and what they're going through is what sets in your head. But how you take it forward is in your hands. Now, today, if my parents are abusive and they decide that and they find fault in everything that I do. They find fault in everything that I do. But there's always this one person who's there to listen. Talk to that person. What I felt is that the moment you have sadness in your heart and you let it build up in your heart, one day a small prick will explode your emotions comes. And that's when you tend to think about drastic steps, where you tend to get negative about yourself, where you tend to completely, go haywire about how life should be treated, because this is how you'll be treated. But the moment you start sharing your heart out, do not let sadness seep inside you. And believe me, when that sadness seeps inside you, it might be just a drop, but that drop itself makes is going to be part of the ocean. But it is the question of how much of that drop you can bring it. And today, I very, very strongly believe that the moment you start talking your heart out, it will definitely help you. I guess the power went off again. 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 。
Yes.
But then, I also believe that, for every youngster, believe me, you have much better things to think about than just what you're going through right now.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. There was a power cut again. Please go ahead.
I understand.
Yes, sir.
So like I said, for every youngster, there are much more bigger things to think about than just what your what has happened. Okay, I will tell you a mantra that probably has helped me a lot, and I'm sure it will help a lot of other people also. Is I learned it the hard way, but I learned it so strongly that the past is history, tomorrow is a mystery. Today is
Yes.
present, and that is the gift of life that you have. So do not think about your past. Do not think about your future. Live your life today. This moment, if you are happy, you will continue to remain happy always, always, and always. If you sit and think about your future, you're not going to go anywhere because you're only going to be worried about how your future is going. If you think about your past, there's nothing you can do about to change your past. It's there. It's there. So what can you do about it? But today, if you don't live your life today, your happiness for tomorrow depends on today. Now, now is when you you need to live your life.
Beautiful, sir. Excellent, sir. That's really nice. If you need to be happy tomorrow, you should take care of today. You need to
Yes.
be, connected with what's going on today. You need to be grateful for what you have today. That's really nice. Thank you so much, sir. I'd like to ask you this question. What is it that you love about Arun?
What do you what do I love about being Arun?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know whether I don't know how to be modest about this. I am probably the most positive person that you can meet. For me, there is nothing where, which is going to be, oh gosh, this is like, no. I am happy with what I have right now. I'm happy what will happen tomorrow also. I don't care about tomorrow because today I'm happy and that's all matters. That is all that matters. I'm probably one of the most positive person that you can meet.
Excellent, sir. That's wonderful, sir. That's really very nice. I'll be off camera because we have a little, a technical issue over here. So once the power comes on, I'll be able to be visible online. So, what is the thing that you love to see in the world with regard to change? When we talk of change, what is it that you want to see the world with that change? I mean, let me put it all in the right way. What is the change you'd love to see in the world in simple terms?
Uh, the change that I want to see in the world is that, everybody's happy. That's one. Two, how a person with disability is treated by the society. They are also a human being. They don't want your sympathy. They don't want they all they need is your empathy. They do not want your sympathy. And when I say sympathy, there are people who say, ayo, bechara, so sad, he's going through this. Or in South Indian language, how do you say, ayo, pao? And that's something which is not required for any person with disability. He has come up so much because of his capability. He's been so far, he's smiling today because of his capability. And today, I strongly believe if people need to be positive, everybody needs to smile. It doesn't take a lot of muscle work just to smile to somebody, and a smile can make a lot of difference. Make a lot of difference. Even if the most sickest person, the person could be sick to hell, but just that smile can make a lot of difference.
Yes, that's really nice. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. We just had the part, being resumed now. So hopefully everything goes well. And nevertheless, if it doesn't, we will fight back and join
Sure.
again to the hotspot.
Sure.
So now I have a question like this for you. How would you want people to remember Arun? And why should people remember Arun, sir?
Why should people remember, or how?
Both.
How I would say is, he's one person who's probably brought happiness into a lot of people. I definitely would like to see, like I keep repeating again. I just probably if the moment somebody says Arun, and if they can have a smile on their face, that itself makes a lot of difference to me. Just that positive thing. And pardon me, your second question, if I can ask you.
Yes, sir. I mean, how would you want people to remember you, and why should they remember?
Today, why they should remember me is that till now, I don't want to talk about the future, but till now, people who have helped so far, they all remember for the change I brought in their life. When I say change, it is for the betterment that they've changed. In fact, when I started talking to people and listening to people, I uh, I wouldn't say an opportunity, but I got to speak to a lot of people who have tried committing suicide. Okay, and today I've made them realize probably the biggest blunder that they can ever think about is even thinking about it. Forget trying to do it. Is even thinking about it. And that's something which is not good for you, not good for your family, not good for anybody around you. Trying to commit suicide is the most stupidest thing that you can ever think about. But our mind is so because of our, like I said, when your heart is filled with sorrow, and when that pin bursts your heart, you never know what drastic step you can take to yourself. And when you're attempting suicide, that's when that pin has hurt you very badly. That's something that nobody should go through. At least there should be somebody whom you can share your heart out. No opinion, no nothing. Just listen to them. I'm sure you've been doing a lot of interviews. I'm sure you've been listening to a lot of people also. You know, and the moment you start listening to people, they actually come out with their own thoughts, their own ideas, their own feelings that they have. It's just that nobody is there to listen to them. Because before you start telling them, they already started giving you a solution to your problem. They just need somebody to listen to. I hope that.
Yes, you're very right. You're very right. So, what about pets in your life? Have you had a pet earlier? Do you have a pet now?
In fact, there's a joke in my family. You know, my sister and myself always wanted to have a dog, and I think we were in 8th standard or 7th standard. So my father he can't stand dogs, and my father was so angry. He went and told my mom, tell these two that it's either the pet or me. Okay. So when my mom came and told uh, us this, I know it's sad, but we actually went and told my mother, Mom, is it okay to keep a pet? So, so that says it all. So we never had a pet. We never. My father couldn't digest the fact that there is a pet. They say for him it's always there's the biggest monkey that's possible in the house, and that monkey's it's good enough for us, and that monkey happens to be me.
Yes. So, what are your views and thoughts with regard to forgiving people, and what kind of people we should be able to forgive?
See, for me, when I say forgiving, okay, uh, one, I'm nobody to forgive. Okay. Two, I do not fight. For me, my anger is just 2 minutes. I very, very strongly believe today a fight happens. By the time you go back to sleep, that fight should be forgotten. Be it you or me, that fight should be forgotten. And if you carry it forward, you're continuing, you're you're working towards disaster. If you tend to forget and forgive, matters get sorted out then and there. Uh, for me, it's like when if you were to say, for example, you and I are sitting and talking, and if we have a misunderstanding, and if you were to you don't like the way I'm talking, or I'm not liking the way you're talking, I probably will say thank you so much. Is it okay if we can talk after 2 minutes? And 2 minutes later, when we get back, you don't remember what you were talking. I don't remember what we were talking. Gone. That anger will not stay with us. Anger is just momentary. I hope that
Yes.
answers.
Yes. So, till date, your proudest accomplishment. You've been 25 years in the sales department and 25 years as a life coach and wellness coach. Now, where was that wow moment, that wow accomplishment in your life?
In fact, this is something that I was telling somebody the other day. I have a wow moment when in sales, I'm talking about a period of 95, 96, when you get a sales deal, a deal which till now has not been broken. I'm talking about 95, 96. Like I said, we got a 4 crore deal. And 4 crore in 94, 95 was huge, was extremely huge. So sales wise. But then the wow moment happened to me after I got famous. I'll tell you. When I say wow moment, I've done things which most people can only dream about. After I got MS, I got a tattoo done. I, I, you know, um, luckily for me, I was photographed uh, by my mentor and guru in MSSI, and that photographs, those photographs which showed this symptoms of MS. It's probably the most showcased photos for MSSI till date. Across the world, these photos have traveled. And because of those photos, I got to walk the fashion ramp 4 times. And when I walked the fashion ramp, it was not like, with just another model. I walked the fashion ramp with an actress in Tamil industry. I walked with Miss India South. And these are these are all wow moments, which I think, like I said, which is something that you can only dream of. Not probably, I don't want to boast about it, but then I feel so proud about saying all this that you know I guess not many people can talk about this, but I can.
Yes, that's really nice. Thank you for sharing your experiences, sir. Now, one major question before we go on to the rapid fire round. I'd like you to give a message for all of us, irrespective of age, gender, caste, creed, geographical location, a big message from Arun sir.
Okay, one of the biggest mistakes that I can talk about, okay, is okay. One of the biggest messages that I would talk about is what I told you earlier. The past is history, tomorrow's history, today is present, and that's what we need to live today, live for now. There is no tomorrow. There is, you know, what happens in the future is in the future. If you don't live today, be happy today. Do not keep it for tomorrow. Be happy now. And if you can't do that right now, you are losing yourself in the future.
Yes, that's a beautiful message for all of us, sir. That's really nice. And we look forward to many more interactions with you. We have a small segment called as the rapid fire round, which will take another 10 minutes from you, sir. Yes. Thank you for being with us. You've enlightened us about MS and how people have different kinds of symptoms. It's not similar and the same, and how it overtakes one's life. But still, with medication, which is of course costly, as you mentioned, with medication, you could always rectify the system within you, which is a neurological disorder, right, sir? Yes.
Yes.
And to have you speaking all of it today, fit and fine, and having the energy to share all of that, that's really nice. And it will really help others also who are facing such, any of the symptoms or facing MS, would definitely take out, important points from here, and you could really relive your life. Don't give up on your dreams. And the others too. Dear sir, the best month or your favorite month?
Best month, I would say, is December.
Reason?
One, the weather's the best across India that you can talk about. I have not stepped out of India, so I wouldn't know what is the scenario which is best outside India. But for me, across India, December is one of the you'll never find heat anywhere in December. And it's one of the most coolest period that you talk about. And then you have your December 25th onwards, where your holiday starts off till Jan 5th, where everything shuts off and we say, chill out. You lived your life.
Maybe know your... Yes, sir.
That's about it.
Maybe know your birthday? I thought your birthday was in December.
My birthday is on March 2nd.
March 2nd.
That's why I
That's
said 3 weeks back was my birthday. Where I
So belated happy birthday to you.
thank you.
Yes. Dear sir, now may we know your favorite subject when you were in school?
To be honest, nothing.
Nothing. I get
I
that. Same
hate,
here. Same here. I get that.
I hated studies. I hated studies.
I understand. Yes. The favorite day of the week?
Monday,
The favorite number? Close to your heart?
8.
8. Is it comfort or style?
Right.
Great. Wonderful. Tea or coffee?
Black coffee.
Wow. Same here.
Mm,
Same here. When I feel dull, lazy, low, a cup of black coffee will really set
Absolutely.
me right.
Absolutely.
How nice.
Absolutely.
Thank you. At last, someone, resonating with that cup of coffee, that black coffee, or you say?
Black coffee, yeah.
Yes. So, did you ever regret spending money on any item or article that you bought and said, oh, why did I buy it? Actually, I didn't need it, but I bought it. Have you ever felt that? Come across that situation?
No, no, no. I see what I've realized is today I spend money not as much as I would like to spend, but then whatever limited amount of money that I have, I buy what I want. I I'm not fancy into getting this, Reebok shoes for 5,000 rupees. I might buy a shoes for 500 rupees, but I'm happiest as long as it looks good on me.
That's nice. Wonderful. Now, sir, the next question coming up. Your favorite snack?
Anything and everything. Anything and everything. I'm a foodie. I'm a hardcore foodie. Yes, I don't know whether not many people will like it, but I'm a hardcore non-vegetarian, and and I'm a hardcore foodie. Anything and everything to food is perfect.
Yes. Now, if I may ask you, the insect that you don't like?
Insect. There was no insect as such, but yeah, there are things that I can't stand. I happen to be from Kerala, so the three most feared things in Kerala is snakes, spiders, and scorpions. Three things that I can't take.
All come in S, right? Snakes, spiders, and scorpions. The three S
Yeah,
cube. Even I'm
yeah.
scared of all of them, sir, seriously. Especially snakes and scorpions. I'm extremely scared.
And Kerala, every house you'll have a visit from all the three of them at least once a day.
Oh,
And
yes.
when you're talking about spiders, you're not talking about small spiders. You're talking about palm-sized spiders. So those Andrilla, those big spiders, hairy spiders that you talk about. Oh, I can't take that.
Get it. I get it. Sir, do you love ice creams too?
Yes,
Your favorite flavor?
chocolate. Anything to do with chocolate is perfectly all right.
Yes. So, how would you define or explain a beautiful day just in one word?
Beautiful day in one word. surrounded by happiness.
Surrounded by happiness. Yes. If given a chance to either select a mountainous region or a beach or a forest just to chill out and to feel one with nature, which one would you select?
To be honest, none of those three. I prefer being at home. I one, because of MS, I can't walk, so I can't climb mountains. Two, I'm scared of beaches, so I will not go into the beach. But then, yeah, like water, but then wouldn't intend to jump into water and try some stunt with them. I wouldn't do that. So I'm happy at home.
That's really nice, sir. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Now, is it sweet, salty, spicy, or sour food?
Spicy.
Are you a great cook too?
I'm a fantastic cook. I'm sorry, I'm not boasting, but yes, I cook a lot.
And I like this word, fantastic cook.
Because like I said, I probably make every person who has had my chicken, still loves it. And I have my mother-in-law who's a fantastic cook, and my son actually went and told my mother-in-law, "Mom, you need to learn how to make chicken from daddy. He cannot, you cannot make better than." That's probably the best compliment that I got.
Wow, that's really nice. Yes, I think I'm due to taste it. Yes. Hopefully
Absolutely.
one day we'll get a chance. We'll all sit together and have a lunch or dinner together. Yes.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. So now when you're all alone and the power snaps off, your gadget isn't charged as well, you don't have anything to do, you don't have a book to read either. At that time, one has to just get connected with their thoughts. So when you're connected with your thought process, where do your thoughts take you? To the past, present, or future?
To the present. I do not think about the future. I do not think about the past. Right now, what am I going to do now? Am I happy right now? What is that I need to be to make myself happy? Happy.
Yes. So till date, the best gift that you've ever received, either from family or friends, the most precious gift.
I don't know if it's right or wrong. Uh, the most precious gift that I could get till date is being diagnosed with MS. It brought out the best in me.
What a positive person you are.
It brought in the best of me. I can't think about a better thing than, probably, like I said, sales experience, whatever experience that I have. But just because I had MS, today I am doing what I am doing. You wouldn't have spoken to me 20 years back if I had not got MS. I wouldn't be sitting and attending an interview. So it brought out the best in me.
And that is why you're loved by many people around you, and they speak volumes about you. They are very happy to have you in their presence in their life. That's really very nice. Yes. So before we conclude the session for today, I'd like you to share with us 3 magical words that could empower our lives. You've already shared a lot. We've received a lot of wisdom from you. But towards the end, as we have it every day, every single celebrity shares 3 shares three, magical words, you could say, or empowering words. And that would sum up the session.
I would say enrich a person, empower a person, and bring out the best in you.
Excellent, excellent. Enrich, empower, and bring out the best. That's what you are doing. That's what you've been doing all through these years, the next 25 years, or the second innings of your life, I should say. The first was as a salesperson and in the sales market. And the second one is as a life coach and as a wellness coach. You've enriched lives, you've empowered people, and you brought out the best in them. And today you brought out the best, answers, and you have shared your thoughts and views very well with regard to all the questions I posed for you today. You've done justice, sir. Thank you so much. And I look forward to many more interactions with you. You're a wonderful soul and a blessing to the universe. Stay blessed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity that you've given me to, to share my opinion and views to everybody. And I hope, anybody would like to reach out to me, would like to reach out to me. They can always, probably I'll share you my email ID, and you have my mobile number. So in case there are people who would like to get in touch with me, please feel free to, call me on. Even if it's just to talk for 2 minutes and say hello, or would like to share their, they would like to somebody to listen, they can always get in touch.
I would like you to repeat your mobile number once. If you could share it twice, such that they could, and your email ID as well. If you could just.
Sure, I'll do that. My email ID is ARUMOHAN, Arun Mohan. It is not Arun. Please remember that. It's ARUMOHAN @gmail.com. And my mobile number is probably one of the most simplest numbers that you can think about. It's 98 40 50 99 60. I'll just repeat: 98 40 50 99 60. So thank you so much, and it'll be a pleasure to talk to anybody who would like to, share their thoughts or share their, if they want somebody to listen to, you can always get in touch with them. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Stay blessed and stay connected. And definitely we'll have many more sessions with you in the future as well, because we want people like you to empower us, because many times we feel low, lost, and unable to cope up with all the challenges that we face in our everyday lives. But you are a life coach, you are a wellness coach, you have rich experience, and you could really do justice to the people who have questions in their minds, who have doubts in their minds. So I would really love to have another session.
Sure. Anytime.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Good day.
My dear friends, with this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today, dear friends. We had a wonderful, empowering session as to how one could face all their challenges and rise up like a phoenix. No matter what, you take control of your life, live in the present. And of course, do not forget to get connected with our celebrity and guest is Mr. Arun Mohan from Bengaluru, a life coach, a wellness coach, a person who wants the very best for you when you are in danger, in your mind, when you think that everything is gone, you've lost, you're losing out, you're in depression, you could definitely connect with sir and seek his help and guidance. With this, we sign off from the International Fab Talks. Do share this video with the right kind of people. You never know who may want to hear this video and who would be inspired by this video. Do share it, friends. And of course, if you like what the International Fab Talk team is doing, stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the video above. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.